Do you usually eat or drink something before going to bed? Maybe a little tea, a light snack, or even a glass of juice or soda? Then you should know this. That simple habit, which seems harmless, might actually be weakening your legs night after night, without you even realizing it, especially if you're over 60 and already experiencing constant cramps, tingling, or that weakness that makes it hard to even get out of bed. A lot of people think it's just age, but it's not. There's a silent mistake that's preventing your body from absorbing the right nutrients, leaving your muscles weak, your circulation sluggish, and your legs increasingly tired and unsteady. And most seniors are making this mistake at the worst possible time, right before going to sleep. The truth is, if your legs feel heavy, you're afraid of falling. Or you've ever woken up in the middle of the night with that cramp that makes you scream in pain? This video is for you. And listen, it's not about taking medicine, doing hard exercises, or spending a lot of money. Sometimes all it takes is to stop doing one small thing at night, and everything starts to change. You don't have to accept this weakness as a normal part of aging. There's a way to reverse it. Simple, natural, and even enjoyable. But first, you need to understand what's quietly draining your muscle strength without you noticing. That's exactly what I'm going to reveal to you now. But here's the catch. There's a small detail almost no one talks about, and you need to hear it before you go to bed tonight. So, before we continue, do this. Like this video, because if this message resonated with you, it might help many others your age, too. And if you're over 60, struggling with weak legs, nighttime cramps, or just want to walk confidently again, subscribe to this channel right now. This is the right place for anyone seeking natural solutions, without medications, with faith, care, and real results. Every week, I share simple, practical, and powerful tips to help you strengthen your legs, walk without fear, and even sleep better, without those sudden wake-ups in the middle of the night. Make sure to hit the bell icon too, because the next video will show you a 30-second bedtime habit that's been helping thousands of people restore leg circulation and wake up with more energy. But now, listen closely, because what I'm about to tell you might be canceling out all the effort you put in during the day. And the worst part is, it might be coming from something you think is actually healthy. If you feel like your legs are getting weaker every day, if climbing just a few steps wears you out, or if you wake up at night with those cramps that feel like your muscles are tearing, I need to tell you this from the bottom of my heart. You're not alone. There are thousands of people, men and women over 60, 70, even 80, going through exactly the same thing. And you know what hurts the most? That so many are told this is normal, just part of aging, that there's nothing to be done. But that's not true. Do you feel like even when you eat right, take your medications, and try to take care of yourself, nothing seems to work? That every day you feel more dependent, afraid of falling, embarrassed to ask for help getting out of bed or a chair? I understand. And I know this pain goes beyond the physical. It's emotional too. That feeling of helplessness, of no longer being able to do what you used to, of needing others for everything. That hurts deep inside. But let me tell you something. Right now, there are many people feeling exactly the same. And more importantly, there is a way out. And it doesn't have to be with expensive medicine or surgery. Often, relief begins with small changes in what you eat, what you drink, and especially what you do or stop doing before bed. Have you noticed those cramps usually hit in the middle of the night when you're most relaxed, trying to rest? That's because the body enters a regenerative state during sleep. And if it doesn't have the right nutrients, like magnesium, potassium, and vitamin D, or if it's sabotaged by the wrong foods before bed, everything gets worse. Your muscles become tense, your circulation slows down, and what should be a peaceful night turns into a nightmare. And the worst part? Some things that seem healthy actually do the opposite. Many people drink herbal tea thinking it helps them relax, but depending on the type of tea, you might be unknowingly draining your body of essential minerals. Ready-to-drink juices and sodas, for example, are silent enemies. They deplete calcium, dehydrate muscles, and leave your legs weaker every day. And the saddest thing is that no one clearly talks about this with people over 60. Most doctors just prescribe medication. But what about practical guidance? What about care with empathy and real understanding? That's what's missing. And it's missing a lot. That's why I'm here. This channel is for you, the one who's ever felt forgotten, who's been told it's just in your head, or that there's no solution. Here, you'll find simple, natural, and accessible answers. And more than that, you'll feel seen and understood. I read every comment, every story you share, and many of them inspire me to keep bringing you content like this. In fact, if you've been through this, or if you feel exactly what I just described, write it in the comments below. I feel this, or this pain is mine. Your comment might be the beginning of a new chapter, not just for you, but for others too. And what very few people know, and almost no one explains clearly, is that the leg problems you feel at night, those cramps that make you jump out of bed, or that morning weakness when getting up, might actually be fueled by what you consume before sleeping. Yes, there are foods and drinks that seem harmless, but silently wear down your body day after day. And if you're over 60, the effect is even stronger, because your metabolism changes and your body absorbs nutrients differently. Take black tea, for example. Many people drink it at night to relax, but it contains caffeine and tannins, which directly interfere with the absorption of minerals like magnesium, potassium, and calcium. These three are essential for avoiding cramps and keeping your muscles firm and active. When you drink black tea, or even yerba mate, at night, you may be working against exactly what your body needs the most. The nutrients that keep your legs strong. Now, if you also have the habit of drinking boxed juice, soda, or even a glass of chocolate milk before bed, the impact might be even worse. These drinks are loaded with sugar, sodium, and artificial substances that dehydrate your muscles and interfere with blood circulation in your legs. And when blood doesn't flow properly, your muscles don't get oxygen, they don't recover, and they start to show signs: pain, heaviness, tingling, and of course, those nighttime cramps that steal your peace. What you eat or drink at night plays a much bigger role than most people think. While you sleep, your body is rebuilding itself. But if instead of receiving what it needs, it's overwhelmed by foods that block this process, the result is muscle weakness, pain, and poor sleep. And it all adds up. You start walking less, struggling more with everyday tasks, and without noticing, your independence slowly slips away. The truth is, what's keeping you from regaining leg strength is often not lack of effort. It's simply a lack of the right guidance on what to avoid and what to prioritize in your nighttime routine. And if you're hearing this and thinking, "But I've been doing that for years," know that it's never too late to change a habit. The body has an incredible ability to recover, especially when we give it what's natural, light, and functional. That's why this video matters so much, because you're learning something that most people don't even know. In fact, tell me in the comments, do you usually drink tea or soda before bed? Just write yes or no. I'd love to understand more about your routine. And if you want to share your age too, that helps me bring you even more targeted and helpful content. It's very common to see people trying to solve leg weakness and cramps with quick fixes, like miracle creams, rushed stretches before bed, or even self-prescribed medications. Some even turn to over-the-counter drugs, thinking that'll fix it for good. But what really happens? Nothing changes. At best, the relief is temporary. And then, the next night, the pain comes back. The the cramps come back. That heaviness in your legs returns. And this turns into a cycle, one that creates frustration, anxiety, and even fear of going to sleep. What many people still don't understand is that the problem isn't just in the muscle or in aging itself. It goes deeper. It's about a flawed nighttime routine that silently weakens the body. Most people try to fix the symptoms when what they should be doing is addressing the root cause. Because think about it, if your body doesn't get what it needs at night, rest, nutrients, hydration, and a peaceful environment, how can it heal? How can it be strong enough to carry you through the next day? It doesn't matter how much exercise you do during the day or how many vitamins you take in the morning. If at night you consume what sabotages all your effort, the body is like a plant. You can prune it, water it, fertilize it. But if someone steps on it at night, everything falls apart. That's what happens when you go to bed with a stomach full of sugar, salt, or stimulants. And even so-called natural foods can work against you if they're eaten at the wrong time or in the wrong combination. On the other hand, those who start adjusting their nighttime habits, even with small steps, often feel a difference within days. And I'm talking about simple things: stopping soda or black tea before bed, avoiding that innocent little snack full of flour or sugar, or adding a calming infusion that helps your muscles recover while soothing your mind. Yes, this exists, and it really works. People who commit to these changes consistently notice lighter legs, fewer cramps, or none at all, and a totally different energy in the morning. It's about caring for your body with awareness, not just reacting to pain. The difference between people who get better and those who keep suffering is right there, in choosing the right path instead of sticking with what's already proven ineffective. If you're tired of trying everything and seeing no results, maybe it's time to look where no one told you to look yet: your nighttime habits. Tell me in the comments, have you ever tried to treat leg pain with creams, medications, or massages? Write yes or I've tried in the comments. And if you want, share what worked and what didn't. Your story might help someone going through the same thing. Of all the stories I've heard from people who follow this channel, one that really stuck with me is the story of Mr. Jose, a 71-year-old retired man. A simple man who always loved walking around the neighborhood and tending to his little garden. But lately, he was living a nightmare. The cramps would hit hard in the middle of the night, sometimes more than once. He'd wake up sweating, in pain, not knowing what to do. And like most people, he believed it was just part of aging, something you just had to accept, something only strong medicine could fix. What he didn't know was that part of that pain came from an innocent habit. Mr. Jose had the routine of drinking soda every night with dinner, sometimes a can, sometimes 2 glasses. He thought it was just a little treat after a calm day. But that was the very thing sabotaging his health. The soda was draining minerals from his body, blocking circulation, and disrupting the muscle recovery process that happens at night. And the worst part, it was all happening without him noticing. Then, he watched a video like this one, and something clicked. He decided to try something different. He cut out soda from his nighttime routine and replaced it with a simple, natural, relaxing drink: chamomile tea with a few drops of lemon. He also began a small bedtime ritual: deep breathing, gentle stretches, and a moment of gratitude for the day. It may sound small, but after just 4 nights, he said he slept through the night without a single cramp for the first time in months. By the 5th day, he woke up feeling lighter. By the 7th, he was walking around the house without that constant heaviness in his legs. And according to him, the key was to stop insisting on what didn't work and give a simple change a real chance. The most beautiful part? He now shares his story with his church friends and his local seniors group, saying, "Our bodies hear what we do to them." Stories like this prove that there is hope. That change starts with small, Decisions, but decisions that make all the difference. And most of all, that even after 60, 70, or 80 years of life, things can still get better if we listen to our bodies and treat them with love and care. If you've made a simple change in your routine and noticed improvement, write in the comments, "I made a change." And if you felt connected to Mr. Jose's story, comment, "That story is mine too." Every comment helps me keep doing this work with even more heart and truth. And after hearing stories like Mr. Jose's, it becomes even clearer that small choices can have a huge impact on our health, especially when we're talking about something as delicate as leg strength after 60. That's why I need to give you a practical and straightforward piece of advice right now. If you truly want to start strengthening your legs, sleeping better, and reducing those nighttime cramps that steal your peace, the first thing you need to do is take a closer look at everything you consume before bed. Do your best to avoid sweets, processed foods, and any type of industrialized drink at night. That includes boxed juices, sodas, caffeinated teas like black tea and mate, and even those harmless cookies that are full of sugar and fat. All of these directly interfere with your blood circulation, block the absorption of minerals like magnesium and potassium, and leave your muscles feeling even more tired than the day before. And that's when you enter a dangerous cycle. Pain, poor sleep, less movement, and day by day, you lose more strength, more confidence to walk alone, and more of your quality of life. But there's something else. Something most people don't know, but it can be the turning point in your recovery. It's a simple 30-second habit, done at night, that activates blood circulation in your legs, improves oxygen flow to your muscles, and helps your body start a muscle recovery process while you sleep. It's so simple. It almost sounds like magic, but for those who do it correctly and consistently, it's been a real breakthrough. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you in the next video. A simple, accessible practice that anyone can do at home, and that will enhance every result you're already starting to see with the changes you've made so far. Now that you know what to avoid, it's time to learn what to do, actively and effectively, to start rebuilding your leg strength from the inside out. But hold on to that curiosity, because this next step has to be taken one move at a time. In the next video, I'll teach you how to do this 30-second habit, which, combined with a more mindful nighttime routine, can transform your relationship with your body, your sleep, and your independence. And while we wait for that next video, I want to invite you to do something. If you're curious to find out what this habit is, leave a comment below saying, "I want to know the habit," or "I need to strengthen my legs." That way, I know you're committed to your health and ready to take the next step. And if you know someone who needs to hear this message, share this video with them. There are so many people suffering in silence, not knowing that there is a simple and effective way to walk firmly again, sleep peacefully, and feel independent once more. And if you've made it this far, it's because deep down, there's still a part of you that refuses to accept the idea that your body has to weaken over time. And you're right, because the truth is, aging does not have to mean pain, dependency, or limitation. Aging can mean wisdom, self-care, and a new chapter. A chapter where you finally put yourself first. And here on this channel, you'll never hear that there's no more hope. On the contrary, you'll hear, with honesty and warmth, that there's still time to rebuild your leg strength, to walk with confidence again, and to finally sleep without cramps, without fear, without interruptions. Here, you'll find something that's missing in many places: true support, faith in your process, and real empathy for what you're going through. I know that many of you are tired of hearing, "This is normal for your age. Just accept it. Only medicine can help." But no, you don't have to accept that message, because your body was made to heal, even at 60, 70, 80 years old and beyond. The problem is that no one ever really teaches this. No one looks at your pain with real respect. But here you're heard. Here you'll find answers. And more than that, you will find a place where you belong. My mission with this channel is to make you feel part of something greater, part of a community of people who are fighting for quality of life, leg strength, mobility, and independence. Even after 60, people just like you, people who are tired of feeling forgotten and are now choosing a different path, a lighter, more natural, more human path. And this path begins with simple information, with easy-to-apply habits, and, above all, with the decision not to give up on yourself. And as I always say, this isn't just a health channel. It's a channel of hope, of faith, of transformation. If you're here, it's because God is giving you another chance. A chance to look at your body with more love, more attention, more purpose. And I want to walk this journey with you. So if you're over 60, leave a comment below with your age and what you've been feeling in your legs. Whether it's weakness, numbness, heaviness, cramps, whatever it is, be honest. And if you'd like, also include a phrase like, "I want to walk with confidence again," or "I'm seeking strength and faith." I read every single comment. I respond whenever I can. And yes, if you'd like, I will pray for you, because no one should go through this alone. We're in this together, step by step. And as you'll see in the next video, sometimes all it takes is a 30-second habit to open a brand new path in your life. So stay with me, leave your comment below, and get ready. The best is yet to come.